You'll have to excuse me if I get really disgustingly sweaty, because it is hot as frick. It's like the California sun came with me when I came back. A nice healthy sheen. I do not have a lot of time today, so what I decided to talk about was public toilets, because obviously in the last few weeks I have been to a lot of them. Conventions and all that. I want to tell you about the nasty things. I can't obviously describe what men's ones are like. I know some of the smells that come out of them, but could probably guarantee you that at least in some places women's ones are actually worse, contrary to the stereotype. I know, girls are tidier. So here's some of the things that I have experienced whilst being in a public toilet. I go in there, and when I was younger and naive and thought everything was all good, I went in to one of my first public toilets, found a lovely wee beige floating jobby turd just hanging out, you know, just sort of like, hey, how's it going? Right.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Only I'd made the mistake of locking the door, so now it looks like I left it behind, so I'm there trying to desperately flush it whilst being very aware of the fact that I was flushing way too many times, as is normal. So I basically learned that I really need to not lock the door before I look in the pan, because my god, I don't know who laid that cable, but Jesus, it was like, it's bigger than me, probably. I don't know how somebody can hold that in their intestines. My god, it was massive. It's like a submarine. Shit. Of course, it's even worse when they leave like a runny one and they don't flush it, and there's like all the tissue. And I was just like, what the hell were you thinking? Did you just like go, yep, that'll do, run off? Are they playing a prank or something? What's happening? They're just nasty. Girls are nasty. Ugh. You know how women get monthlies? Some of them just sort of, you know, rip the cord, so to speak, pull out their tampons, stick them in the ball, as you do, apparently, and just leave it floating there, yeah, because that's perfectly normal, isn't it? Because, you know, everybody wants to walk into a toilet and see that it looks like Saving Private Ryan up in there. There's like blood everywhere. You might as well go whole hog and smear it all over the walls. Jesus Christ, it's disgusting. And if it's left there long enough, the smell, like somebody killed something in there and left it there for several days. It's like if you find a dead body, you're just like, whoa! What's even worse is if the cleaner doesn't, you know, do their job properly, and that nasty sanitary towel bin that you get in there isn't emptied regularly, and it's hot and it's festering in there and you can smell it and it smells like a fishery. It's had that at work once. People weren't emptying it. In fact, at one point somebody in a public loo had actually decided it was a brilliant idea while they were copping a squat to eat a tin of mackerel whilst they were taking a dump. I don't know why they thought now was a prime opportunity. It's like, oh, right. Most people, you know, play games on their phone, read a newspaper or magazine, something to distract themselves, you know, the usual. Nah, fuck it, I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna eat some mackerel. Why? Do you have that little left of lunch break or whatever that you had to eat it whilst having a dump, or is that just the circle of life for you? I don't understand. Did you have to shit something? It was just like quick, get it in, get it out. Like choo, just going straight down instead of, you know, the usual setup. And they left it in the sanitary towel bin, so obviously the smell was even worse. And last but not least, we have the people that just pee and go. Oh yes, these are the more common ones, the ones that just decide that they can't be bothered to figure out what the flush does, especially those really annoying automated ones that I saw a lot while I was over in America. I prefer just a normal flush instead of it guessing when you want to flush and doing it halfway through whatever you're doing. You're like, hold on a minute, now I have to wait again. You're there frantically doing this. But yes, people leave their pee behind with a load of tissue. Some people, even with like manual flushes, they don't even bother trying the flush, and some people just leave loads of toilet roll in there, and then you go in, you're like, great, not a fucking chance. You're like bursting all the other cubicles you used, and then you have to deal with this mountain of shit. Poor choice of words, granted. You know full well that if you flush that, it's gonna overflow and cause some sort of bloody tsunami of piss and nasty stuff, and no, I'm not being responsible for that. I'm not the one that blocked the toilet. Admittedly, sometimes I've contributed to it when it was either that or wetting myself. That was a very long time ago. So, the moral of the story is, please, for the love of God, flush your damn toilet. If it doesn't flush straight away, wait and then flush it for the courtesy of everybody else using the toilet. Please, for God's sake, just flush it. It's not hard to flush it. And if you have a giant beige jobby, wow, you're just gonna have to stay there until it's gone. I need to get out of my system because there's other people get out of their system and then leave it. So, mine's out there. Oh my goodness, I am sweating. Oh, frick. I'll do a barbecue in a minute, so I'm gonna be sweating even more. Pork belly!